February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Welcome back to Ace Attorney.
Mr. Wright, so,
Gotta love my squeaky chair.
what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? Victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this and the evidence room part? Prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least.
Alright, let's do it.
Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us.
February 23rd, Prosecutor's Office. Underground parking lot.
You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room, no biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? Oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never.
No, she says they don't get along. Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all.
It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether it was blood on the floor or not, the water in the oil drum washed it all away.
Heh. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing. That is, luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know.
You can't just wash it away with a little water.
Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done these tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
Testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things?
Test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the A button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains.
Well, the crime was over here, so I'll just there.
I see her eyes shining behind those glasses.
So, is this a bloodstain?
It's so... ugh.
Oh, you're shaking.
It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. Excuse me, but doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course?
What's odd about this scientifically? The location? It could be. Oh, and I guess it's the amount? It doesn't strike me as odd per se. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. We're gonna mark up the floor plans when you find the bloodstain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too.
Saved up my allowance to buy that.
Criminal tested fluid received from the one very proud-looking MS guy.
You can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
And let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious.
Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star, you only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house.
Sorry, it's just that kind of lead doesn't really get my mouth watering. Or that kind of lead in doesn't get my mouth watering. Got it now.
You certainly put me in a tight spot today.
My apologies, Miss Star, but...
No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that I wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman.
I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? I'm pretty sure that it's gonna end up she did stab him, but like out of self-defense.
So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened a criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up.
Coughed it up.
They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
And you were let go? Fired?
I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident.
This is just Neil 6 all over again. SL9, which is the one that's involving this knife. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean...
What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know? Really? That knife was evidence from the case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet.
You think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? This is the end. Can I present the note, maybe? Excuse me.
I had one of those up till 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right?
On this ID card here in this parking lot.
Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's.
But the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department.
That's impossible.
Wish I could be so sure. Well, I guess I can't, guess we can talk about the picture she... Oops. Talk about the picture she gave us.
If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes.
So you went straight to the scene of the crime.
Rushed toward the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were.
5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem.
Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before. I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time.
That time. Can I talk? Oh, yeah. Now we have SL9 incident for some reason.
That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed.
Executed?
Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. Only problem was, I never did find decisive evidence, not a shred.
What? But the criminal was executed, right?
On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over. He was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I.
You haven't forgotten SL9?
There's another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices could stop us. Wait. Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate.
Right now, my mind's leading me to Angel and Marshall being the culprits.
Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie.
What?
Seems like you're serious about investigating this case.
Yes?
And you should take this.
A Salisbury steak lunch?
I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Miss Star? Officer Marshall, is he your... are you his... Are you... going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then.
This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you.
Sir Jake Marshall. Well, I guess I go to Marshall now. Maybe at the police department, per se, maybe? Here. February 23rd, Police Department, entrance.
It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurry.
Suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here, after all.
So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is.
It's like a kid at an amusement park.
Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
Guard station? Well, this is definitely Marshall's room. February 23rd, evidence room entrance, guard station. Just with the decor in this place, it's very eccentric. Got some bourbon there on the counter, can I take that?
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime?
Sure seems that way.
Oh. What's wrong?
It's these cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
Can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already. Look, on the floor, a lasso.
It almost looks like a bear trap type thing. Looks like it's
Are you trying to shop for bear
Alexa,
trapping?
shut up.
Okay.
So he's trying to set up to trap something. Trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull here. But the lasso missed.
You sure have an active imagination.
This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon.
But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way.
Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch.
I'd be more of a yar myself. Anything else I want to look at? Let's check out the clothes over here.
There's a security guard uniform hanging there.
More like a costume than a uniform, honestly.
A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? Paunchy? Pinchy? I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it.
A poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Alright, can I go into the... No, I can't. Maybe I have to examine the door.
evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Well, I guess I can't do anything here yet. Oh, February 23rd, Police Department, entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy as always.
Please!
Oh, wasn't that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these?
Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. That was no time for despair. You caught a criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal, you mean? You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal?
Same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? The perpetrator? You have a suspect?
Well, there is a suspect. We just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy.
But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Sitting around here talking is gonna fill my belly.
Wait, don't leave.
You wanna know more? Head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
He ran off to the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Detention center, huh? I'll seem to have that as an option. Can I go into the evidence room now? Oh, still the same. Maybe I have to just move somewhere else first, and then I can go there. Oh wait, I forgot. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, I've never seen a real one before. Who's interested? Okay, it's the same thing. I just needed to remind her I'm an attorney, as I do every time we investigate. February 23rd, Detention Center, Visitors Room.
Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now, things will just get confusing. Ah!
What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me? A perpetrator? I'd say I was perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say.
I guess it's Officer Meekins. I guess you. Yep.
Hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. Got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir, how should I say this?
Wait, he isn't... Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't... Did you?
Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What?
Now this is an unexpected turn of events.
Sir, I am a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir!
I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. Ow.
I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir.
The security officer, none other than Officer Marshall.
Marshall?
Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. Suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yeah. What the heck is this guy doing?
So what happened then?
After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention setting. How long were you out? Days?
Might I ask, what happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Goodness. Almost dropped my controller.
Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But, sir, there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do. Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
What?
Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock! Oh, the sorrow, sir! Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared.
That's some story.
So what I'm thinking... okay, so now my theory is changing here. I'm thinking there wasn't actually even a murder at the evidence room. Something was going on with Goodman. He was planning, and he was plotting. Goodman was doing something. Goodman was up to something. He's the one that stole the knife. He brought it to the prosecutor's office parking lot whenever he had the confrontation with Lana. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him. Sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, then why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir, none. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. Someone around here is more confused than I am. I present you with something? Maybe the knife? Officer Meekins, this is for you. Each. I'm scared of knives, sir. Okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. So, he saw Goodman, right? So let's show him Goodman's ID.
Do you think you could take a look at this?
Hey, that's it, sir. That's it. That's it.
That's what?
My head was blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct. That card. That card was the cause of it all.
This ID card. Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. That's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. I should say maybe there's a chance Goodman was just doing that transferal we were talking about with that evidence. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was flustered as you are right now. So I whipped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything but white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why is it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, you have no way of knowing the victim was really the victim. If this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that had to be him, sir. One day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks, I have my own. Well, I guess you better go check out the crime scene. So, back to Wright offices. Department. Guard station. You know what? I thought that was the crime scene, wasn't it? Okay. Must have meant the other crime scene. Okay, nothing new here either. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. I'm sure it'll still be just as classy and I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow. Incidentally, Edward's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. So we'll have to come back. Okay. Where else I haven't been to? Criminal Affairs, haven't been here yet. February 23rd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief Detective's desk. Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure
Sure, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under a seat cushion, behind this computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Ah ha ha, Morito, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh ho ho, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir.
Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright?
Oh, no, not move.
Is Edgeworth gonna be okay?
Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, I've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
You mean the incident on Cord Lake?
Doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto?
Von Karma.
A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence.
What? I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I assume?
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed at 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And in this particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. Wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand it. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief detective's trap shut.
Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier.
Oh, you saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted chief of detectives to do.
If we can kind of discreetly ask him.
What do you mean discreetly ask him? I don't have a way to ask him anything.
Wait, what if I...
I just examine him? Ooh, sorry you had to see that.
what exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
We'll see over there. That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check for anything that might be a clue. He took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
Nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here?
Of course not. Well, except for this.
What, you kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. The lost item report, but it's only half complete.
Lost item. Did Detective Goodman lose something?
Date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. Until get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Hang on. $221. $221. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor? Well, I never thought the day would come when Righto asked me for help.
Wondering if you could investigate the evidence room?
No, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Like, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. But go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
Just goes to show you never know till you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
Still says Bruce Goodman on it. It's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
I can see it says Bruce Goodman.
That says Sergeant.
Yes, sir. It's an honor. Looks pretty cool, my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID.
You seem happy.
Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go to the evidence room now, sir.
This place is a bad influence on the girl. So I added to the court record, but it was literally just this one again. That's what it showed me for the picture. Okay. The evidence room is beyond that door.
And you have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open.
The card reader is turned off, see?
What was that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambina sky so gray? Officer Marshall.
Why does it have to be him?
What's that? Why does it have to be him, look for?
You may have surmised. This here's my salute. We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw?
Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's away. Check the card readers on again. Over here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Alright, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres.
I was wondering if we could talk to you?
Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading a six-shooter, I say a little prayer. Work?
What was that all about, Mr. Wright?
I think he was just too hungry to talk.
You're just saying that because his stomach was growling.
You have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Yes, go. February 23rd. Evidence room, Sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. Must be over here, I should say.
So, this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Eek. Whoa! Did she smack him?
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, please do. Please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, that's true.
So Chief of Police Gant. Will loan anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. And guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're a boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. It's room floor plans. Got it. Let me take a look at those. Ah, something's gonna happen around the corner. Or at least gonna be claimed to have happened around the corner.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Aha, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force yesterday. Or whatever.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand. Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. The only locker we can open is our own.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it...
Zap, you get a shock.
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force who don't know about the fingerprint locks. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess-up in court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
Detective Goodman's note, and that switchblade knife. But Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence from that case turn up now?
I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there's some loose ends left on that case.
Ah, we still got another.
Okay. Now that was a bloody, violent case.
Violent. So was it a murder?
A serial killing.
Serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this case after all.
But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago.
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill.
Rumors? About forged evidence?
It was supposed to be all cleaned up at the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So that switchblade knife.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Or the victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself?
The victim was taking these days. Never relax. So this is your card. What's this? Blood. A little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
Like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains in the room?
Use your testing fluid to check it out. I don't know how to use the... I have to, like, select it. Aha. What to do? There we go.
Why am I getting a reaction here? No reason for the murderer to touch the spot if he fled out the door.
Might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans.
Someone left a glove here. Only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it.
Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. True. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making him out to be some kind of hooligan. It's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on the pieces, on one of the pieces there?
Another piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. Gonna try to put it back together?
Huh, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
Alright, that's why I always carry around a tube of glue. This piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place.
How do I rotate this? See if this looks like it fits. Yeah, there. No? There we go. No? Oh, there we go. That was easy. Okay. Aha, there we go. I don't know, I struggled so hard with that one. Can't even see. Wait. Oh, maybe there? Hey, there we go. That's not it. There you go. And lastly, you go on just like that. Excuse me. Huh? Well, I think we did it. Some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Well, were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar added to the further. We'll let the paint down here. What is this? What is the saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? Notice that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here in the evidence room? Let's check more spray stuff, I guess. I don't know. Oh, shoot. A lot of blood. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. Not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Okay, I already knew that was there. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint! What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours. Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? You're a detective. I got you. I guess we're done then, right? And nothing else to talk about. You're still here.
I was wondering if we could talk to you.
Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. The gunslinger loading is... yeah, this is the same thing. Can I show him anything? What if I show him this jar? The sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. One thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither wild nor west here. Aha! But that and this are two different things entirely.
I guess so?
Huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Okay, so, what about this? Sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence, shooting their hand. Ah, two different things entirely. Let's go somewhere else. I don't know what to do with it right now. So let's head. Check, see if Edgeworth is back. Nope. Okay. Well, I think I do have to do something with Marshall. Why do I have to show him now? Gotta present him something. Oh wait. We needed to give him this, that's right. Forgot we had that. That smell. Ah. Reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from a baby?
Yeah, Miss Starr.
What's this?
What? What's wrong?
A fillet steak lunch. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. An easy job. And I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekins. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. Since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago. Well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know?
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take the machines too much. Kinda like that stupid broccoli that sneak in next to your steak, you know.
Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. So that's all gone now, like a drinking hole in the prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it, anyway? I've heard the name so many times and no one tells us what actually happened.
There's some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago.
2 days ago? Day of our case.
That's right. The evidence transfers.
Entrance was talking about the transferals too.
I know maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower or steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. Nothing happens. The tapes are automatically erased in a few hours.
A few hours? That seems pretty often. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes?
I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. This is the ID card record. Yeah, you entered the room at 514.
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina. Can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Yeah, we saw Goodman's number on there. Maybe there's somebody who can prove that the record is tied to the stabbing. Yeah, but that's pretty easy. You can just show this ID number, right?
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 514, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
When the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
Wait, what did Officer Meekins say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man...
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
He had his ID card then. Why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. Guess I can give you this ID card record. You've got an idea? Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay. I got one more thing to talk about, the transferal. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. We can reinvestigate them as if it turns out there was a mistake, see?
So what happens to the evidence after 2 years?
It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault in the county the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to us all 2 days ago. Okay, is Gumshoe still in here? He is. So you got an ID card, right? Can you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. There was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
That second number. Not your ID number, is it, Detective? Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey pal, look at the time. Is there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna go give them my report for the day. Might help, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
And when this is nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth they're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. He needs enemies, and you got friends like Detective Gumshoe. I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too.
Alright, off to Edgeworth's place then.
February 23rd. High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202.
Ah, guess. My apologies. Wait, what? What are you doing here? Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long.
Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you.
Ah, yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Poor Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
Alright, listen here, ho. Home. Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief Gant, no less.
Chief of Police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence is already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. I'm curious about this other case. I better make note of it. Unrelated evidence, screwdriver added to the court record. How many like side cases am I gonna have to look through? Stubborn as always. I told you this morning, nothing. This has nothing, or he never said morning. Where did I get that from? Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the court case. DL6, SL9, AI16. Nothing noteworthy. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided not to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes, apparently there are some who believe I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. Police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gone. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, I've never seen him this out of sorts. So, if you know about SL9, because Gumshoe said that he was affected by SL9 too. I know you. You've probably got a whole lot of information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. The L6 incident. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gott. Wacky Coot was involved in this case 2 years ago too, then? He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Oh, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? I want to know is why I was the deputy chief of police on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won a guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code. I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you are still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, hmm? Well then, we might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? You are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting file received. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. They do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. So, back to the evidence room, I guess? February 23rd, evidence room, Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, and there's blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. Let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Does the thumb count? Okay, now time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. I'm starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button, see? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the fingerprint. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With the X button. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. That takes some getting used to, though. It's fine. Won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. Guess I'd better give it a try. Alright, let's get it on there good and thick. Get it good and covered. There we go. Oh wait, no. Ah, shit. I accidentally hit B. Fuck. Alright, now I got it on there good and thick again. Aha, you did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Yeah, there's that other print. So, seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. See if we can find a clear print. Print outside the blood. Right here. Let's dust the whole thing, baby. Let's go. I'm just gonna do it much more lazily because I don't think I'm supposed to do the entire thing. And then, bah. There we go. Hey, what? Why didn't it work? There's a thumbprint right there. Did I not get the entire thing? Was I just missing a piece of it barely? So what do I do now? I've got a thumbprint. You just coat the whole thing again. It worked before, so. Oh, there we go. Yay, a print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. We're not done yet? This is quite a process. There's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? Yes, she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from measurers. Put out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? Make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would most likely find on this evidence locker? I'm gonna say Gumshoe is my guess. Oh my goodness, actually.
Aha! These prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Give me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so you come up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there is another handprint on the locker all the way to the left. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right?
Right, there's a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this?
There go Wright is sparkling again.
Okay, that's the spirit.
Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right? Only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. That means no prints. You say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, you must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Okay. Okay, I guess there's a print there. Alright, let's dust this whole thing right quick. What? Give it my best shot. And the result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? Doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print.
Yeah, let's try a different finger then.
That's what I just did. It's like the index finger, right? And that one for a thumb somewhere. Oh wait, right here. Okay. Did I knock it down? Like. There we go. Marshall. Hey, these fingerprints, Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
Goodness.
That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. And a wiped blood stain.
Why would Officer Marshall...
Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
To be continued. Alright. Back up to another lengthy episode, right after a shorter one. So thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.